From Gloucester County College, Comcast Sports presents high school wrestling. Tonight, it's the District 29 Championships. With John Vogeding, I'm John Mondelli, and Vog, something different's going to happen tonight. Looks like we're going to have a new team champion.
That's the way it looks going into the finals. West Effort just had a superb tournament. They've scored in 13 out of 14 weight classes. They have 5 wrestlers in the final, a couple of which I think can win individual titles, and Paulsboro's just going to come up short. They have 6 weight classes where they just didn't score any points, and that's going to take its toll in the long run.
It's funny because on our show we talked about Paulsboro's nice run. I think the last time West Effort won a district title was '68, I believe, so it's been a long time for them to win a championship.
It's been a long time, and Paulsboro's been a district champion 35 out of the last 36 years, 10 years in a row since they last lost a district title, and that was the Kingsway, who's no longer in the district. So it's been a miraculous run, but everything is coming apart this year because their Colonial Conference streak stopped, their South Jersey Group 1, the State Group 1 obviously, and now tonight it looks like the championship in District 29 is going to come to an end.
One thing I did notice, a lot of new faces and a lot of new schools that we're going to see in the finals tonight, which is good, I think, for the sport.
Well, it's showing a little bit of parity, but I mean, you'll see a Clayton wrestler, you see some Gateway kids, you see some Deptford kids, and it's good. It's not completely dominated by Paulsboro or West Deptford. I think Paulsboro has 7 in the finals, and West Deptford has 5 in the finals. But West Deptford has done it on balance, on team balance.
Okay, it should be an interesting night. We're going to have all the action coming up next, right here on Comcast. And back at Gloucester County College with John Vogeding and I'm John Mondelli. Almost forgot my name, Vog. I worried that you'd get over here in time. You just did announced the lineups, and you made it over here. And Vog, for the first time in districts, we had a blind draw. We're starting at 160. Give us the combatants.
160 pounds. We have from Paulsboro High School, the #1 seed, 33 wins, 1 loss this year, 58 career wins. That's Jimmy Gentile, a district champion a year ago. His opponent is the senior in the #2 seed, record of 23-10 this year and 51 career wins from Clearview Regional after a 3rd place finish at 160 last year, Aaron Kaups.
And these two have met before, Vog, with Gentile winning 17-6. I guess that was the dual meet.
3rd place in this weight class went to Matt Smith of West Deptford High School with a 145 fall over Zach Kyer of Pittman. So Matt Smith will be going to Absegami as the 3rd place finisher.
We're trying to get some highlights of the consolation matches as we go along. Gentile moving in on counts.
Gentile, of course, with a face mask on in recent weeks because of a broken nose suffered earlier this season. And it's got to hinder you a little bit to wrestle with a face mask on, regardless of how good you may be.
Gentile in on the shot, gets the takedown and a 2-0 lead. 1 minute, 10 seconds into the first period. First match of the night.
And of course, every point, as we mentioned before the final started, are paramount for Paulsboro. They need maximum point production in the finals if they're to have a chance on trying to keep up with West Deptford, who's done a marvelous job team-wise in this tournament.
Gentile with that 1 loss on the year. That was the Brick Memorial in that Mustang Classic over the holidays.
Scott Jenkins is the official in charge on the mat. His shadow out there, or his assistant official, is Russ Menudo, who was a longtime coach at Lenape High School and has retired from coaching and is now in officiating. Here you see Gentile setting up his move.
This is him getting his takedown. The only points
tries to control the arm. You watch him control the elbow. Get the man moving toward him. Fakes up, goes down, in on the legs. Textbook way you teach it.
Okay, we start second period. 10 seconds in. 2-0 lead for Gentile. We're going to reset and go back to the center. You like this blind draw starting at 160, Voch, today?
No.
You don't like the blind draw?
No.
Why do you
I guess I'm a traditionalist. I like starting at 103, finishing with the heavyweights. You know, this is the first year that the state is going statewide and doing it. They're going to do it in the regional finals. They're going to do it in the state individual finals. It's not so bad if you can control what weight class you want to start in, but you can't. It's a blind draw. I think anybody that would want to see the state finals this year would like to see Scott Winston, if he's still undefeated at that point, having never lost a high school match, be the very last match, they say, in Atlantic City.
Well, keep the crowd there for the entire match. A lot of times as we get to the upper weights, the crowd starts to dwindle down.
And that's one of the problems with an Outstanding Wrestler Award. A lot of times the heavyweights get the short end of the draw as far as being considered for an Outstanding Wrestler Award, because most people will be turning those ballots in way too soon.
Count's doing a nice job staying in this match. He gave up 17 points last time these two guys wrestled.
Yeah, and once you wrestle somebody and you have to wrestle them again, familiarity always breeds defeat in some instances, because the opposing wrestler knows what you're going to do.
Stall warning.
Stall warning to Couts.
Also, Vogue, because of the weather on Friday, the district's all one day. You like that?
It's the same thing as having a quad. It's just that you have 8 teams involved instead of 4 teams involved. I don't think it's undue pressure on the wrestlers themselves. I think they handled it very, very well. I still prefer to see a Friday night quarterfinal and then come back with semifinals and constellations of finals on a Saturday. But 6 out of 8 districts in South Jersey this year had to have postponements and finish them all in one day, so District 29 was not alone. Of course, John Marinelli, the veteran coach, in the Clearview corner, along with
Hans Van
Brill. And in the Paulsburg corner, Paul Marina, who's had easily a frustrating year this year.
That's the consolations, Vogue.
Okay, this is Smith of West Deptford having Kyer of Pittman in a lot of trouble there, and then getting the fall at 145. Not only was that a third place medal for Smith, but also was extra bonus points for his team because he got the pin. So that was an extra 2 points.
How about that? 2 points in the first 2 periods for Gentile, and 9 seconds into the third, he gets 3 more and up 5-0.
An escape followed by a takedown.
He's going to give up the point here right away and start on his feet. Now 5-1.
And Gentile's made a lot of points this year from the neutral position. But if further the year is going along, a lot of the guys know exactly what he's going to do. It's hard for him to get that step over move anymore, where it usually puts people right on their backs.
I did notice that the last couple times I had a chance to see Paulsboro wrestle. Now 7-1.
With another takedown. And of course, you only can do what you can do, but it would benefit Paulsboro most if wrestlers would go out in the finals and get as many bonus points as they can get.
Gentile's starting to turn it on here in the third period. Got a back count, he'll get 2. Now 9-1. We did get a team scoring summary votes, but they're not added up, and I don't have a calculator.
Oh, nice.
There's Paul Marina, Dean Duca on the left, Marina on the right. Gentile trying for that shot again. It's now 9-2. Getting in on that leg. Gets the takedown, now 11-2. See the clock, just under 50 seconds left in this match. Gentile trying for his second straight district title.
And those are bonus points right now. 11-3 the score with the intentional escape. So it's still an 8-point differential at 11-3. So that's an extra point. Another takedown for Gentile.
Nice third period for Gentile, Voge.
Very productive, very offensive. Again, gives up the intentional escape.
Now 13-4. Another takedown. It's now 15-4. An escape, 15-5. Gentile trying for one more takedown at the buzzer, and he won't get it. Final score, 15-5. Jimmy Gentile of Paulsboro winning his second district championship. First title for Paulsboro tonight. And we'll get ready for 171 pounds. And to me, the most interesting match of the evening, Jack Flannery of West Deptford, Cameron Argood of Gateway. There we see the class breakdown in the finals. 6 seniors, 14 juniors, 5 sophomores, 3 freshmen. So dominated by the underclassmen tonight. Argood was undefeated going into last week. Voge got caught in a tight match, pulled on his back and pinned, his only loss of the year.
And this figures to be a brawl here.
That's what I said. If I had to look at what match I would be looking forward to, this would be it.
Yes. Cameron Argood, a junior. As you mentioned, only 1 loss this year, 27-1. Second in this tournament last year after being 4th as a freshman. And from West Deptford, Jack Flannery, a senior, the 2nd seed, got to be hurting a little bit because his twin brother got beat in the consolation round.
Voge not only got beat in the semis and the consolation, both within the last 5 seconds. But here's Flannery. Did he get the takedown? No. In the semifinals, Flannery got beat with under 5 seconds, and in the consolations, with under a second left, he gets taken down.
Yes.
1:22 left in this one, first period.
You know, these two guys have to know each other very well, being in the same conference.
You gotta remember, though, Flannery was going 89 a little bit at the start of the year, and he's been very aggressive early on, can't get the takedown. There we see John Craig, head coach at West Deptford. John Craig had a great year with West Deptford. I see Marinelli got the coach of the year in District 29. Craig had to be right up there in the voting, I would assume.
Oh, I would presume so. I mean, what a great year he had. And there you can see the Gateway corner.
And Brown?
Lucas and Brown, yep. Sounds like a law firm.
I knew you were going to say that, Voge. I could have said Craig and Leighton on the other end. You would have said the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, Voge, your team scoring was different than the one I'm looking at right here, by the way. And that might be updated after the first win. Under 20 seconds, no score in this one. Again, Flannery taking the shot. Nothing now, no one got it. Skirmish on the line now.
Russ Menudo, the official in this match. Tom Reynolds, the assistant.
Got some great wrestling bloodlines right behind you, Voge. Chuck Williamson's grandson handed you that information. He's standing right behind you. Give me a little history lesson or wrestling lesson before the match tonight.
He gave you a little
history? Talking about some moves and stuff.
There you go. There you go. Can't beat that.
He threw out an oh my, and I pointed to you, so that's you. Because I know. Second period underway. Argood trying to step over.
Oh my. Flannery gets the reversal. And we got a blood time.
Major blood. Major blood coming from the eye of Argood's eye.
Of course, 5 minutes is the allowable blood time, so we'll see how they can repair it.
Here we go. Let's see if we can see, Voge. packed gym here at Gloucester County College. Is that a headbutt?
Couldn't tell if that replay. They could have banged heads as he was going for the reversal.
Yeah, I don't mean it like an intentional headbutt, but just banged heads.
That's what, the way the cut looks. It looks like they banged heads.
So 5 minutes of blood time. It's 40 seconds so far. Boy, Gateway's had a tough day in the semis. One of their kids got injured. I think delayed the match like a half hour, waiting for the ambulance to come. I think they're 60-pounder.
Yes. And Clearview lost a wrestler who could not compete in the conflations because he suffered some kind of a minor concussion.
52-pounder for Gateway it was.
Yes.
Here it is. Let's see if we can see, Vogue.
Looks like the elbow caught him.
Yep.
As he went back for the switch attempt, looks like the elbow inadvertently caught him above the eye.
They must have been out of Milky Ways. They saw you just got a Three Musketeers.
Yeah. We mentioned earlier, in addition to team points, they can get bonus points, and that major decision that Gentile got was worth an extra point for his team. Major decisions are worth 1 point. Tech falls 1.5 points. A default forfeit or disqualification, an extra 2 points.
Now, is this team scoring right, Vogue? Because
Yes.
it's different than the scoring you had given me. You said it was like a 30. Oh, there it is. Okay, I'm looking over here. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, going into this round here, West Effort had 182 points, Falls were 161. So with that 5 points from Gentile, it closed it from 182 to 166 for second place. And we'll try and keep track as we go along.
There you see the blood time, Vogue.
Yes.
2:38.
And 5 minutes is the allowable blood time. It's going to be one of those jobs where they wrap it around the head. They will be presenting medals, of course, in the finals. One match delayed. So the first match will be presented after this match.
Looks like we're all set. There we go. Nice applause by the crowd. There you see a nice close-up of Argood.
And of course, these guys have to come right back and wrestle on Tuesday night. Whoever finishes second here, the winner of the weight class, does not have to wrestle until Friday night of next week.
Tuesday, Friday, Saturday. What time do the finals start, Both Saturday? Do you know? Concies and finals are on Saturday?
Last year it was around 5 o'clock, so I'm presuming the same thing. You have to watch the papers to see what goes on.
There's the consolations at 171 votes. This is Lankowski, a Clearview Hughes of Clayton. Lankowski wins it. And this one 6-3. You see him getting the takedown right there.
Very aggressive move on the takedown to wrap up a 6-3 win. And that was the number 4 seed, Walt Lankowski of Clearview, a junior. And he beat Anthony Hughes, the number 3 seed of Clayton, 6-3.
Now, Vote, should a clock have stopped here if they're still working on him?
That's up to the discretion of the official.
He was bleeding before he got to.
Well, they are cleaning up the mat, too,
Yeah.
so maybe that's part of the reason. Lost in all that was 2 points for Flannery, though.
A big 2 points at this juncture because with an injury that could slow Argood up. I mean, you've got to be thinking about what happened.
Get him there! Come on, Kevin! Get him!
Argood battling back.
All that, he got one. He did get one. Now he's got to watch he doesn't get taken down here.
Out of bounds they go.
I don't know, Vogue.
Out of bounds.
I thought that was a takedown, Vogue, and I think West Deptford does too. I know Lucas doesn't think so.
Russ Menudo trying to explain to John Craig why he called what he called. And sometimes I notice in the tournament, officials seem to be calling something a little bit too fast. I think you've got to see the complete move to see whether you should be giving points or not giving points. Nice spin behind, but you notice the supporting point, one each of each wrestler was out of bounds. That's why you couldn't give the 2 points there. But Flannery definitely putting on the pressure.
Got the takedown that time. 4-1.
Nice spin behind.
Can't relax on the line, Vogue.
Not at all. And this is really big because that's a 4-1 lead with almost half the match gone. Argood's got his work cut out now.
Argood had a tough semifinal match, but he looks like he can get one here. He will.
And notice how Flannery is willing to give the one, but not the two. If he'd stayed right in close to Argood that time, he might have been reversed rather than just giving up an escape.
Go back to the center, 37 seconds left, second period, 4-2 lead Flannery. It's going to be an interesting weight class in regions, Vogue. You know, with Leon White of St. Augustine apparently going at 71, Starchevich of Pennsville.
There'll be a lot of sparks flying at Absegami.
Five seconds left. Or 6. Gateway West Deptford matchup as we head to the third.
With a 4-2 score in favor of Flannery.
Here's the seed breakdown, Vogue. 13 number 1 seeds. I think heavyweight was the only non-number 1 seed to make it.
Right.
12 number 2s, 2 3s, and 1 4.
Flannery trying to throw Argood trying to throw his hips over. Flannery doing a great job of throwing up a good defense. Oh, my.
Got Flannery in a lot of trouble, Vogue. Oh, and he worked his way out of it, though.
Hey, he's been doing that the whole match. The whole match.
Atkinson. Argood very active on the bottom.
Yes. You almost see a sense of desperation on Argood's face. Stalemate call.
There we go, Vogue. Just that almost.
All right, just watch Flannery's reaction here. The great hips by Argood, but look at Flannery come right up, sit up, and then come right back on top. Under a minute to go. 4-2, Flannery in the lead. The corner encouraging Argood to stand up, get up off the mat. Oh, my.
Back points. Oh, he rolled through.
Now he's
going to get back points.
Oh, my.
Two big back points, 6-2.
Huge. Oh, my. A great effort
effort by Jack Flannery.
And Jack Flannery's going to win a district title. Nice way to go out in your senior year.
Great job by Jack Flannery.
There you go, Voge. It's that move, putting Argood on his back.
Right there, throws the
Argood does a nice job there for a second,
right
got himself
through.
out.
Yep, rolls through it the first time, but notice the reverse half goes in by Flannery, and that creates the back point count. And look at the joy on Flannery's face.
As we get ready to show our champions at 160 pounds, Jimmy Gentile, Paulsboro, the champ there, Voge.
Third place is Smith of West Deptford High School. Second place, Aaron Couch of Clearview Regional.
2008 District 29 champion from Paulsboro High School, Jimmy Gentile.
And Jimmy Gentile, nothing a long line of Gentiles to win a championship. Dolores Bershakeli, whose son wrestled for Paulsboro, the Board of Education president, presenting the medals in this tournament.
Hey, does the board president for West Deptford do it next year?
You would certainly think so if they win the title.
I don't know.
At least an invitation. Maybe it'd be a green man out there next year instead of a red man.
I don't know. Okay, 189 pounds, Zach Greenwald of Paulsboro, Ricky McIlvain, who's having a nice tournament of Pittman.
Zach Greenwald, a sophomore, the #1 seed, 19-5 this year. Of course, well documented now. He missed a good portion of the year with a torn meniscus that was repaired, suffered in the Council Rock South tournament. 52-12 in his 2 years, first in the district last year at 171 pounds, and his opponent is a junior, the #3 seed, 17-7 this year, 45-18 in his career, second at 215 pounds last year, Ricky McIlvain. McIlvain impressed me earlier as being a very strong individual, but also looks like he may have trouble going the distance sometimes.
Well, he got a takedown the last 5 seconds of his semifinal match to beat Flannery, Steve Flannery.
After being warned for stalling. Greenwald got here but with a 122 pin over Adam Bales of Gloucester Catholic and a 4-1 win over Laverne Harris of Glassboro. McIlvain, the #3 seed, a 157 fall over James Stancliffe of Deptford, and an 8-6 win over Steve Flannery of West Deptford, which you alluded to earlier. One thing you have to wonder about with Greenwald missing that time, is he fully back 100% in wrestling shape yet? McIlvain is kind of like the unknown, although we saw him in that Tri-County tournament win a championship, and hardly anybody was mentioning his name up to that point.
Holding his own here, no score.
Third match of the night, even though we're at 189 pounds. Paulsboro with a champion in Jimmy Gentile, and West Deptford with a champion in Jack Flannery. A lot of people out here to see this historic occasion tonight.
McIlvain taking the shot right there. Holding his own. We go into the second period. We're scoreless.
It's interesting some of the comments that wrestlers put down sometimes on their information sheet as you see a scoreless first period. McIlvain putting down, when not wrestling, his favorite pastime is eating and reading the Bible.
Plans on doing some missionary work, Bo. Did you read that? On that sheet also. There's Chiaffi, the head coach.
What he likes best about wrestling is objectivity. And you're right. Being the upset guy is what he likes being. Like soccer and missionary work abroad. Of course, like most wrestlers who fill out these forms, they hate cutting weight.
There's quite a few wrestlers eating hamburgers today, though, Vogue.
Yeah. Well, near the end of the season.
Yeah. Greenwald on top to start the second. Still scoreless. McIlvain's coach, Chiappa, you mentioned, and there's Todd Palmisano and Paul Marinovich, two guys that I guess were state finalists at one time. I know Palmisano was an unbelievable wrestler at Brick Memorial.
Yeah.
McIlvain almost had the escape.
Yep, and Marina's second in the state under Bob Frederick. Pretty alert move by Greenwald there to prevent giving up 1 point.
Crowd not happy, or 70% of the crowd not happy.
Tom Reynolds is the official in charge. Mark Evans is assisting in this match. Well, I think when people saw the separation there, but actually McIlvain never really came face to face with Greenwald. This time he almost got away.
I had somebody come up to me, Vogue, and called this match. They said this is going to be the upset of the night, McIlvain over Greenwald.
Well, it could work very well be before it's all over. Nice forward roll by McIlvain to try and get out of it. Greenwald stayed with him. But I saw a lot of this in the previous matches where McIlvain uses his body to an advantage. Trying to spin and roll and get out of trouble.
It's hard to believe Vogue lost 6 matches this year watching him wrestle this match.
And watching that Tri-County Conference championship match. Very, very tough to figure that out. Almost a Granby type of roll, shoulder roll by McIlvain to try and get loose. He's in on very, very strong. Greenwald has
9 seconds. Greenwald's going to have to hold on not to get reversed.
Got to try and hold on to the leg.
4, 3, and he does a nice job. Might get some back points.
Oh my!
Nothing. Wow.
Had to use every ounce of his body, though, to keep from giving up points.
Boy, these last 2 weights, Vogue, a lot of sparks flying.
Yes.
This is the 3rd place match, Harris and Flannery.
Laverne Harris.
Where they gave Harris a takedown in the final. Well, it was definitely a takedown. I had a great view of that, Vogue, on the line. The question there was not that he was in bounds, was how much time was left on the clock.
Right. And Laverne Harris, the number 4 seed from Glassboro, upsets the number 2 seed, Steve Flannery.
Here it is again, Vogue. And you see the takedown, he was clearly in. The question was how much time was left on the clock. And I was watching with somebody, actually I was watching with Stan Ritter, our director, and I had my eye on the clock, and I was watching the clock and said he got it, and the clock was still moving.
And you notice how the 2 officials communicated with each other to make sure they thought they had it correct. Just a matter of whether the points were executed before the time ran out.
Well, there's a point up on the scoreboard here, Vogue, so we must have had a point, looks like point for Paulsboro, right? Well, I'm not sure who's I'm assuming Paulsboro's red.
Paulsboro, because the home, if the green anklets on McIlvain, that's the home scoring on the clock. So
what's the point for?
I have no idea where the point came from.
We look at some of the crowd here tonight. As usual, standing room only. 2 minutes, I mean, on the clock. I mean, I don't know where, unless there's a penalty point somewhere. And we're going to start neutral. Greenwald, I guess, had his choice here, and he chose neutral.
171-pound place winner, please.
Or maybe that was the point. Maybe he chose down, and McIlvaine just gave him the point.
It could be. To be very honest with you, I didn't see the point given, and I'm not sure what it was for.
That's my assumption.
Very,
Vogt.
very well could be. If Greenwald was going to take down, and McIlvaine just gave him the escape like they can do without getting on top. And what Greenwald has to be careful of here is exactly what I just see right there.
Wild shots?
Yes, you got to be careful of wild shots.
And from far away.
Yes. As McIlvaine is kind of making Greenwald take the chances. And if you got the lead, you got to be sure in your moves. Greenwald is the returning champion.
There's a warning against Pittman. There's a shot at the line. No points, under a minute left.
And this is a lot what I saw earlier. It just seems that McIlvaine has got some talent, but seems to run out of gas.
I know he ran out of gas, but he still got that takedown, under 5 seconds left in the semi, so I guess he had a little extra in the tank.
Well, if you remember right before that, he had a timeout too.
Yep.
So maybe he got some gas in the tank.
Oh, he had that timeout between the second and the third here.
Yep.
Final 30 seconds.
Greenwald took a peek at the clock. You got to be careful.
Okay, and there's a warning against Paulsboro for stalling. Now Greenwald's got to watch out. 7 seconds. Hey, McIlvaine did this in this last match. You might as well go right at him, Vogt. Nothing to lose. Takes the shot. McIlvaine takes the shot. Greenwald's just going to hold on and win a district title. 1-0. Wow.
Amazing. Second championship in a row for Greenwald as a freshman, as a sophomore.
And no seniors in the lineup for Paulsboro, so they don't have anybody as a shot of 4, but they got a few wrestlers that are on their way.
171-pound place winner, medal area.
Going to present the medal winners now for 171 pounds. Third place at 171 pounds
171-pound place winner.
was Walt Lenkowski of Clearview. The runner-up at 171 pounds, Jack Flannery of West Deptford, and the champion at 171 pounds, second place at 171, Cameron Orgood of Gateway, and the champion, Jack Flannery of West Deptford.
Lenkowski from Clearview.
Waiting for the third place finisher to get over there.
The coaches could do a good job by making sure that the kids are here for the medal presentation.
And here we go. Making it over right now.
Actually, down in Atlantic City, what we try and do is announce those guys to get to a staging area early so that when the medal presentations are made, they're all right there. Again, Lenkowski of Clearview with the third place medalist. Orgood of Gateway with the wrap around his head from the cut. Second, and Flannery, Jack Flannery, the champion.
Okay, Vogt's getting ready for 2:15. Gerald Hodge is the #1 seed from Paulsboro against the #2 seed, Eric Sasaki of Clearview.
Gerald Hodge is a junior, 34-0 this year, 77-6 in his career at Paulsboro, First in District 29 at 189 last year, now at 215. That's Gerald Hodges, quarterback and safety on the football team. His opponent, the senior from Clearview Regional, the number 2 seed, 30 wins and 4 losses this year, 72 career wins, Eric Lesowski. I like it better when the athletes are allowed to fill out their forms. I know a lot of times they might not know all the answers as far as wins and losses are concerned, but their candid comments sometimes are pretty interesting. Eric Lesowski plans to go to Gloucester County College next year. Be nice if he joined their wrestling team. And when not wrestling, his favorite pastime is video games and to eat. We see that so often.
50-50 winning tickets.
Hodges.
Oh my. Oh my.
Nothing. No points. Hodges is so quick though, Vogt. She just strikes at a minute's notice. I mean, I look back at that Collingswood match, his match against Maloney when he went up to heavyweight, and you know, it's just like all of a sudden, bang, on his back and pinned. He can just strike so fast.
And if you notice in the District 28 tournament, Maloney wasn't even entered for Collingswood.
Just using that strength. There's the... Nothing yet. I was going to say there's the takedown. Did not get it.
Hodges right here to try and either brace the other leg or pick the leg up, bring him back in, try and trip him forward. Lesowski, though, a senior, has been around. But the persistence pays off for Hodges for a 2-0 lead.
Hodges last year finishing 3rd in regions, and many people remember that epic semifinal match which went to overtime against Mac Mancuso, who will not be in the tournament this year.
Yeah, and the Mac Mancuso last year, after that epic overtime match to beat Hodges, went on to win a state title. How close Hodges was. And if there's such a thing as being on a mission this year, this is the start of the trip.
Here we go, Vogt. Take a look at Hodges in action.
Stalking. Notice how he gets in the chest of the other wrestler and just drives forward. And if he had him inbounds, he would have had back points.
Freestyle start.
Pretty much giving the escape to Lesowski.
2-1. Right on the line, got that takedown.
My, oh my.
4-1 lead.
You know, it's almost frightening to see what kind of an athlete Gerald Hodges is and how good he can be when he puts his mind to it.
He's going to give up the point here. It's now 4-2. Look how quick he is, Vogt.
Cat-like quickness. Another takedown.
6-2.
And already has a half a dozen colleges that are showing interest in him, including Rutgers and Penn State and Iowa, Syracuse.
All for football. This is what? Where
Maryland.
They looking at him as a defensive back, or?
I would think. You know, he would make also, in my opinion, would make a great wide receiver. It remains to be seen how he profits from next year's team. But he's got an awful lot of talent, as you see John Marinelli and Hans Van Brill tending to Lesowski in the corner.
Take a look at consolation at 215 votes, where he had Weiss from Glassboro. Steve
Weiss, the number 4 seed from Glassboro, and a very tight match with Pasidi. This is Mike Pasidi, the younger of the 2 Pasidi brothers.
Look at Pasidi's record, votes coming into the tournament.
2-6 coming into the tournament. You know, didn't work his way in the lineup till late in the year.
Another escape to start.
And then Weiss getting the 2-1 win to advance to Atlantic City.
6-3 match now. Hodges leads. Crowd getting on their feet because Lesowski. But we'll see the strength of Hodges here. Remember, we saw Kyle Falzone do this a few times against Hodges in the Collingswood call for a duel meet, could never finish.
Yep.
with the strength of, look at that.
Oh, my.
Look at that, Vogue.
Oh, my. You know, it reminds me an awful lot of a wrestler who went on to win a state title for Overbrook High School by the name of Covington. The match he wrestled against Lynch
yeah.
from Motion City down in the regionals, where
10-4 now.
Lynch got in deep and Covington just shrugged him off.
I still remember getting Damian Covington after that match to bring back for an interview. There's another takedown, 12-4. I think the thing he was most upset about was he thought he had Lynch pinned in that region final.
Yes, he did. He thought
that was what he was saying to me. You know, I'm not going to say the words he said to me, but exactly more or less he said he had him pinned. Let's just say that, Vogue.
Well, that's the polite way of saying it. And of course, a lot of us who watched it in person agreed with him.
I think that's the loudest I ever heard the Absegami Gym, that match.
Yes.
Go to the third period. Hodges in control, 12-4, and he has his choice. Does he start bottom? Does he start neutral, Vogue?
Well, I would start on my feet.
He is.
Got cat-like quickness. He's got strength. He's got agility. You know, a lot of people are already branding this Carson as a state champion this year.
You got Carson, who was a finalist last year, losing to Silvestre. You got Boyden from Brearley.
Well, some people talking about Jesse Boyden. I guess we'll see this weekend how the districts go. Some people under the impression that Boyden may go heavyweight with his speed and agility.
Well, I guess after his showing against Walker from Delsey, maybe he thinks, you know, maybe the easier road.
Hit him in the first period. It'll be interesting to see what happens. 12-4, the lead for Gerald Hodges. Hodges, I think, would like to try and parlay a takedown right in the back points. Osowski may be fighting for a little bit of human dignity at this point.
Look at that, another takedown.
My. Just a block, reach, ankle pick, leg pick, whatever you want to call it. 14-4 lead.
Osowski is getting away there, and there he finally does. 14-5.
Under 20 seconds to go.
Another takedown. Final score 16-5. Gerald Hodges, his second consecutive championship in District 29. You know, Coach Paulsboro was loaded in the upper weights, is why he only wrestled, 8 matches his freshman year. Be curious to see how he would have done.
No question.
Report to the medal area.
Hodges giving Paulsboro their third title, following Jimmy Gentile and Zach Greenwald. West Everett's strength still to come.
Ricky McElvey, please report to the medal area.
Get ready for heavyweight. Before we do that, we'll have the board's presentation.
Third place.
At 189.
189 pounds from Gloucester High School, Laverne Harris.
Laverne Harris. 3-1 winner over
Second place.
Steve Flannery.
High School, Ricky McElvey.
Ricky McElvain, the runner-up.
And your District 29, 189-pound champion from Paulsboro High School, Zach
Paulsboro, Zach Greenwald, the champ.
Second district championship in a row. A hard-earned 1-0 win over Ricky McIlvain.
Time to go to heavyweight, Voge. Sam Headley of Pittman, Nick Camarado, Gloucester Catholic.
And a little bit of a surprise here, too, because Headley was the number 4 seed in this weight class. He's only a junior and a limited record this year, 12 wins and 4 losses. Nick Camarado of Gloucester Catholic, a junior, the 2nd seed, 28-8 this year, 56 career wins. We saw Camarado in that showcase between the Olympic Conference and the Tri-County Conference when the freshman from Paulsboro, Nick Curl, thank you, won that match. And so since that time, Nick Curl has suffered an injury and has not been able to continue wrestling.
And Camarado has Headley in a lot of trouble, Coach.
Unfortunately,
got to get him back in bounds.
All out of bounds.
I'm trying to bring him back in.
And as long as he stays in bounds, he can try and drag the guy back in, but then they finally go out of bounds.
Voge Headley was down 1-0 third period in his match in the semifinal against Placidia West Deptford. Scored 4 unanswered points to win his match 4-1.
Yes.
So it came from behind in the third period.
Oh my. Camarado, if he gets that move, that near side cradle, uses his body to good advantage here. Uses a reverse Nelson. If he can go forward with that reverse Nelson, but he can't.
Get 2 back, he leads 4-0.
Again, the official is Scott Jenkins on the mat with Russ Menudo, the assistant. Again, Camarado's inbounds, but Headley's out of bounds. Oh my.
Camarado doing a nice job, though. It's Gloucester Catholic. You don't hear much about them.
No.
In wrestling.
No, they struggle each year to not only get a full lineup, but to get a 500 record. So it's a tough chore each year.
Had a third placer earlier, Valente.
Yep.
And so they'll have 2 wrestlers advanced to Absegami this year.
Camarado gets hit with a stalling warning for not taking his man back down to the mat. So despite a 4-0 lead, he gets hit with a stalling warning.
(4-0) as we head to the second period. We take a look at the brain trust of Gloucester Catholic. All that blue over there, Votes. What's that? Gloucester County College colors on the scorer's table, huh?
Yes. By the way, Randy Johnson went out to the Nationals for Gloucester County College.
Oh, Randy Moore.
Randy Moore. I'm sorry, Randy Moore. And I understand that.
I think you got a little American Idol on your mind, Vote.
Yeah. Fred Schwartz gave me an update, said that he finished 4th out there. But I understand Chris Noddy, the kid from Holy Cross who's at Nassau, was in the national finals, and chances are he may have won a national title.
Oh, 50-50 chance, Vote. That's Randy Jackson at American Idol. I don't know my American Idol trivia.
Camarado on the mat, so you want to try and keep him down there.
Use that weight to your advantage here.
That's usually the idea with heavyweights. Sam Headley should not let him get to his feet because that causes nothing but problems when he gets to his feet. You get wrist control, it's very easy to get away. Headley stayed right with him. And try and keep him on the mat, keep him flat, and try and get some kind of an arm bar series or a half. Try and get out to the side, work to turn the man over.
Oh my. Camarado, did he get 2?
Yes.
8-0. Or 6-0, I'm sorry.
And just kept working at it until he finally got his hips off the mat, got up and got the reversal. Camarado got here as the number 2 seed with a 12-2 win over Scope 7A of Paulsboro in the quarterfinals. Beat Lawrence Williams of Clayton 9-3 in the semifinals. Headley with a 302 fall over King of Clearview in the quarterfinals, and then upset Jerry Pasidi, the number 1 seed from West Deptford, 4-1.
A point stalling or escape, and a point for stalling. 6-2. Three seconds left in the period. I know your history book has past Gloucester Catholic District champs, and so another point for backing up. It's now 6-3. Camarado's got to watch. Just take a look at consolation action, Vogue. Williams of Clayton and Pasidi of West Deptford.
Williams is going to pull this one out by coming out the back door. Going to get himself a reversal and end up with a 7-4 win over the original number 1 seed in this weight class, Jerry Pasidi of West Deptford.
Here we are, 6-3. Camarada, now he's going for the shot. Got to watch because next stall is 2 points. So he's got to go right after Headley. No points. Gloucester Catholic bench looking for 2. Headley now going right at Camarada. Going to reach over you, Vogue. I know you have it in here somewhere. Takedown. We have a 6-5 match, Vogue. This was 6-0 not too long ago.
That's right. 6-5, and if he turns Camarado over, he could pull this one out. Got a minute and 18 to work for it.
He's going to give him the escape. Confident on his feet, he can get the takedown, 7-5. And they don't have to keep him there, but Camarada's the one taking the shot. Camarado leads 7-5. Headley trying to control that head and then spin around. Jaffel's talking to him.
Oh my, here's Camarado. Got the headlock. Oh my, oh my.
He's got it tight, Vogue.
Oh my. What he's gonna do is sit through and that he steps over. Oh my. That's tough to get away from. Camarado underhooking the arms now. If he gets the chest on. Oh my.
There's the pin.
Oh, brother.
Gloucester Catholic with their first district champs in Corey McLaughlin in 2000.
5 minutes and 33 seconds for the fall.
Let's take a break. We'll be back. 103 is up next.
Medalists at 215 pounds. Third place from Glassboro High School, Steve Weiss, 2-1 winner over Mike Pasidi to win that. Second place went to Lasowski, the number 2 seed from Clearview, and the champion was Gerald Hodges of Paulsboro.
103 pounds, Demir Rappa, Paulsboro, Chuck Zeisloff of Gateway.
Chucky Zeisloff, the number 1 seed, a sophomore. 21 wins, 1 loss this year. The only loss was by disqualification when he was winning by a huge margin. 49-5 in his career, second in this weight class last year. He's from Gateway Regional. His opponent, the number 2 seed, a freshman from Paulsboro, 20 wins and 11 losses this year, Demir Rappa.
Freshman to sophomore, Zeisloff been here before, made it to the final last year, lost to Eric Dunnett of Paulsboro.
The number 1 seed, had a 126 fall over Ibarra of Clayton in the first round, a 136 fall over Popvachak of West Deptford in the second round. So he has not wrestled very much so far in this tournament with 2 falls in the first period. Rappa, a first 1-minute fall against G of Clearview in his first match and a 148 fall over Murphy of Pittman in his second match. So neither wrestler has really gone a great distance so far in this tournament.
9-2 to final in the dual meet this year between Zeisloff and Rappa, with Zeisloff winning.
Zeisloff's favorite pastime when not wrestling is weight training. Likes the competition. And of course, he had an injury earlier this year that made him sit out for a while. Rappa's been through the mill this year with some of the people he's wrestled. Coley O'Brien of St. Augustine, Rob Gillard of Delsey, Kyler Bachaha of Jackson, Kyle Klaus of Haddonfield, twice he lost to him, Zeisloff, Ryland Watson of Phillipsburg. So he's wrestled some pretty tough competition this year.
A lot of people think that O'Brien and Zeisloff will be the Region 8 final votes.
It certainly could well be.
I did see that O'Brien did wrestle last night at 103 because District 32 did wrestle on Friday night.
Yeah, a lot of speculation that he was having trouble making weight this year, but put that to rest by appearing on Friday night in District 32.
Scoreless first period. Paulsboro's choice.
Defers. Zeisloff will take down.
I know it's got to go to the final overtime period, right, Vogue? But do you defer in a scoreless match? Or do you try and take the points first? Like take the bottom just in case it comes down to the end, right?
Usually, yeah. That's I'm really surprised. We've seen that a lot this year. As you see the escape. Several times this year, we have seen wrestlers defer in that second period of a scoreless second period. But see, it used to be you had choice in that third, you know, that.
Oh, look at that move, Vogue.
Oh, my.
Set him up there.
Got to pull him in. If he pulls him in, he'll get back point.
Well, he did get a 2 count.
There it is. Oh, my. Oh, my. Nice move by Zeisloff.
One thing we learned about Rappa, he moves around there on the bottom.
Yep.
But he's down 6-1.
Yep, 3-point near fall, and then Rappa got the escape. Never say die. That's a good effort there, not to quit on the move. But Zeisloff just got Rappa coming forward, and then almost lateral dropped him. Have to be constantly thinking out of the mat. And learn from your mistakes.
Chuck Stott, former District 29 champ, Vogue back in the 80s. I'm going to say early 80s. Zeisloff in on that leg again.
Chuck Zeisloff, a District 29 champion at 135 pounds in 1984. This Chuck's father.
That's 2. Now 8-1.
That's confidence. That's confidence. You know, not content just to sit on the lead, but go out there and keep battling, keep fighting. Switch attempt by Rappa. Zyslov throws the hip right in, keeps the hold of the ankle, and stymies that attempt.
Go to the third period, a comfortable 8-1 lead. Take a look at the consies here. Popachak from West Deptford, Murphy from Pittman.
And Popachak did a great job. He ends up winning 13-1. He's the number 4 seed, and he beat Dylan Murphy of Pittman 13-1 to claim a third place medal and advance to the regional.
285-pound place winners.
Rappa starts in a defensive or down position.
285-pound place winners. Please report to the medal area.
Look at his Vog, just keeps moving. He's going to get some more back points.
Very methodical. He's a very methodical wrestler, and he doesn't force anything. You see, he didn't force the move there, and he took what was given to him.
Now 8-2.
Gave the escape. Comfortable lead, so it doesn't bother him to give the escape. After finishing second last year, this would really cap the year to date. There's only one loss, and that was a disqualification loss to win his first district championship. Nice spin behind move by Zyslov. Another takedown.
Now 10-2. And an escape, 10-3. As we look at Brown, Lucas Brown used to be the head coach back in the 80s, Vog.
Yes, Dave Brown was, and Dave Brown is a staunch supporter of South Jersey wrestling. And of course, the head coach, Chuck Lucas, former Woodbury wrestler from years ago. And of course, we keep saying Gateway, but it is a co-op program with Woodbury. It's Gateway and Woodbury combined, even though there's only 1 or 2 Woodbury students on the Gateway team.
Rappa runs out of room.
You can see the muscular build on Zyslov. I mean, he works at this.
Oh, you read his legs, Vog. Man, a guy likes weight training. It tells you right there. He likes competition.
Yep. Zyslov has to get a little smile himself there. He got 7/8 of the way through a takedown and wasn't awarded the takedown. But that's okay. He's going to win 10-3.
There's his father right there in the center of the screen.
Got to be very happy. Chuck has now equaled his father on district medals, district first place medals.
Third place from Clayton High School, Lawrence.
Presenting the medal winners at 285 pounds from Clayton High School, Lawrence Williams finished third. Second place from Pittman, Sam Headley. And the champion from Gloucester Catholic High School, Nick Camarado.
Okay, we get ready for 112 pounds, Vog. Matchup between Deptford High and Paulsboro High.
Matt McCall, an impressive freshman from Deptford High School, has a 29-2 record this year. His 2 losses, one was to Pagano of Hamilton, an overtime 15-13 decision. The other loss to Anthony Perante of Shalleck, 3-2. So his 2 losses by a grand total of 3 points. Joe Duca, the returning district champion and regional champion, outside wrestler in Region 8 last year. 32 wins and 1 loss this year. Has only lost to Mark Rappo of Council Rock South, 9-4 in that tournament. And Rappo is now the #1 ranked wrestler
at 103
in Pennsylvania at 103
I
pounds.
think Vogel's the #1 ranked wrestler in the country at 103, from what I read.
Well be. And I think his brother, I think, wrestled for Penn State or Penn.
I think it was Penn.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I was watching that match the other day against Cornell on TV.
Yep.
You've had a chance to see the wrestling out there the last couple of years. Some good wrestling out there in that end of Pennsylvania, or Bucks County, I guess that would be, Vog.
No question. And of course, Duca, the son of Joe Duca, former 2-time state finalist and a state champion himself. And his uncle is one of the coaches on the sidelines, Dean Duca. Both of them, Dean and Joe, former district champions, I think.
Yep. Take out that book again, Vog. Takedown for Duca, 2-0 lead. There's Joe Hollywood, Mark Scambia on the bench for Deptford. Joe Hollywood, a former state champion.
Joe Duca, the father of this Joe Duca, was a 115-pound champion in 1978, 122-pound champion in 1979, 122-pound champion in 1980. Dean Duca, a district champion in 1985 at 108 pounds. Also in 1987 at 122 pounds.
I believe on the Deptford side, Scampi and Hollywood have some titles too, Vog. Deptford.
Yep.
Still 2-0 here with 4 seconds left. First period.
Deptford's Joe Hollywood was a district champion in 1985, 1986, and 1987. Mark Scambia, a district champion in 1990. Quite a bit of past history on the sidelines.
Actually, in the gym, Vog, if you look around, there's state champions here, there's state finalists, state place winners. Second period. McCall on bottom. Trails 2-0. Just a freshman, Vog. Nice career looking forward for him, huh?
No question. You know, when Joe Duca was a freshman last year and won a district and regional title, you kind of expected a little bit. Here comes Matt McCall along this year and is showing no fear at all and carved a great record himself so far. Near-side cradle attempt. He locks it up. Oh, my.
Nothing yet, though.
Now, McCall doing a nice job trying to squirm out of it. What you have to do is try and turn a man. You want to try and get the head in the ribs and drive the man over. Now you're going to run out of room. You're right on the out of bounds line. Got to turn your man in.
And we'll go back to the center. Nice job by McCall fighting that off.
Well, that's a sign of a good wrestler. You know, you get yourself in a little bit of jeopardy there, and you don't quit. You have that determination to belly down or to
McCall.
Battle out. That's what's very important.
Duke are going to run out of time trying to get any points here, but does a nice job not giving up any. And he'll have his choice as we go into the third.
Well, and rides out the whole period. And that's what's pretty important, pretty impressive.
Take a look at Dave Parker of West Deptford. West Deptford did a nice job early on these contests before losing the final 3 that they were in.
Dave
a little bit of a roll.
Gets a 6-0 win over Steve DeLuise of Pittman High School. And Parker goes on to the competition on Tuesday night. As you see the third period start in a neutral position, Duca got here with a forfeit win in his very first match, a 32-second fall over DeLuise, who finished 4th. McCall, a 10-1 win in his first match, and then he knocked off number 3 seeded Dave Parker with a 304 fall to reach this point.
Duca and Marino.
Duca on the left and Marino on the right.
Duca takes the shot. McCall up in the air, brings him right back down to almost to his back. Nothing yet as far as back points. He gets a takedown and a 4-0 lead though.
And if Duca is going to go far into the state tournament this year, that's where he has to keep excelling on his feet. When he got a takedown on Rappo in that Council Rock tournament, that was impressive. I think there are 2 or 3 workers in the Paulsboro room, maybe 4 workers that really work hard at perfecting their moves. And it's obvious that Duca has worked very hard at perfecting the moves on his feet.
He'll finally get the back count here, Vogt. He'll get 2. I'm not going to give him up yet so he breaks the hold, but Duca guaranteed at least 2.
Oh my.
There's the 2, 6-0 lead, and that's going to be the final score with 3 seconds left. Duca holds on, and final 6-0.
103-pound placement.
Award the presentation at 103.
Third place medalist from West Deptford, John Popachak. The runner-up from Paulsboro, Daimir Rappa. And the champion, his first district championship from Gateway, Chuck Zeisloff.
As we go to 119, Eric Dunnett of Paulsboro, Nick Uva of Glassboro, 2 juniors.
Dunnett is the #1 seed, record this year of 33 wins and 2 losses, a career record of 84-10. First in his tournament at 103 pounds as a freshman and sophomore. This year he's up to 119. His opponent, a junior and the #2 seed, 29-2 this year, 84-14. Third in this tournament last year at 112. Second the year before as a freshman at 112, Nick Uva of Glassboro. Dunnett got here with a forfeit win in his first match, a 32-second fall in his second match over, a 319 fall over Dannenhauer of Deptford. The first match he wrestled was not a forfeit. He won by fall in 108.
Frank Damager on the left, the head coach at Glassboro High School, former wrestler at Paulsboro.
Uva, the #2 seed, won 15-2 against Patrick Canarney of Pittman in his first match, and a 5-12 fall against Ryan Kizatap of Gateway.
2-0 lead, Dunnett.
Dunnett also, like Duca, very methodical
Look
performer out there. Oh my.
Gonna get a back count there.
Oh my. Signature move. Oh my.
That's done its what, third title, Voge?
Yes.
He had a 1-minute 17-second pin last year in the final and a 2:52 fall in his freshman year. So,
and a 1:03 fall this year. Very impressive.
Consi's at 119, Voge. Take a look at some of the highlights. Ryan Kizataf was a winner, 12-7.
Ryan Kizataf of Gateway, the number 3 seed. As you mentioned, a 12-7 winner over Justin Dannenhauer of Deptford to earn third place.
That was a quick match. They're trying to get the 112 place winners together right now.
Great job by Kizataf in that consolation final. Very, very important, because if you're going to go to Atlantic City, you want to go there as a third place medalist.
103 in that last match, right?
Don't look like to me.
Yeah.
112 pounders, the third place medalist at 112 pounds, David Parker of West Deptford. The runner up at 112 pounds.
Matt McCall of Deptford. We're going to take a break, come back. We'll have more action after this timeout.
112 pounds.
Okay, back, Voge. If you take a look at the place winners at 112.
112 pounds. Third place was David Parker of West Deptford. The second place medalist was Matt McCall of Deptford, and the champion, Joey Duca, second year in a row for Paulsboro.
125 pounds, Ryan Layton of Clearview, Donald Dennis of West Deptford. And we mentioned this, Voge, in the Collingswood West Deptford dual meet. What a great story Dennis is, because if you look at his record his freshman year, 2-12, a lot of kids would have just hung it up after that. This kid came back and is in the district final.
In the district final with 22 wins and 8 losses. So, as you mentioned, what his record was coming out of the block. So he's like 26 and 20 over 2 years. He's only a sophomore, the number 1 seed, and he got here very impressively. Had a 142 fall in his first match, and then he knocked off the number 4 seed, Brandon DiBartolo, 4-2 in the semifinals. His opponent, Ryan Layton, surpassed the 100-win mark in the tournament so far. Number 2 seed, 26-7 this year, 101-26 entering this bout. Champion at 103 pounds as a freshman, and second his last 2 years as a sophomore and a junior.
Layton gets a takedown. Now, Voge, these two wrestled this year, and Dennis beat Layton 8-6. A little bit of history right here.
Yes.
Our good friend just walking by, the good doctor, Barry Caniglio. There's a free plug. 2-1. Layton's another one of those kids, Voge. It's like he's been wrestling forever at Clearview.
Well, people are sitting in the stands and doing a calculation as the meet is going on. They probably feel pretty anxious right now because West Deptford has a 1-point lead on Paulsboro, but I think the ammunition is starting to run out for Paulsboro.
Well, West Deptford has somebody here. They have a couple more too. Got Mucci, Lewis, and Kerr. Paulsboro, I believe, only has 1 wrestler left.
Yes.
Time's up in the first period. Layton with a 2-1 lead, trying for his second district title.
West Deptford from 140 through 152 has 3 wrestlers going for a championship, and they also have a wrestler here who's still in contention. Donald Dennis doing a great job trying to get away. Ryan Layton sticking to him like glue.
Try and bring him right back down. Does a nice job bringing him right back down to the mat. Both guys okay. Go back to the center. Last time Paulsboro lost a district title, 1997. Kingsway won that one. Paulsboro's won 10 in a row, 30 of the last 31 district titles, and 35 out of the last 36 districts Paulsboro's been in, either 28 or 29 they have won.
Pretty impressive, but it all has to come to end.
A lot of streaks ending this year, Votes. Group 1, Colonial Conference, and now maybe the district title. Layton doing a nice job controlling Dennis on top. 2-1 lead. He has a takedown in the first for the only 2 points for him in this match.
Layton showing out there why he has over 100 career wins. He's wrestling very methodically.
We talked about 8-6 overtime match last time the two wrestled.
Oh my.
Nothing.
Layton very, very close to getting back points there. Donald Dennis doing what he has to do not to expose his back.
And Layton's going to hold on to the 2-1 lead as we go into the third period. Layton has 7 losses, but he avenged a couple of those losses. Avenged a loss to Cohen of Williamstown and Cuff of Shallock. Trying to avenge his third. Just the consolations. Diema of Paulsboro picking up a major decision, 9-1. It's a reversal and a 4-1 lead for Layton.
Diema coming in there as the number 3 seed. And as you mentioned, beating Brandon DiBartolo of Gloucester Catholic, 9-1.
That's at 125 pounds. I think our graphic said 19, but at 125 that was.
125, yes.
Dennis coming here as the number 1 seed. Layton the number 2 because of that head-to-head matchup. But as we said, Layton's trying to avenge his 3rd loss. That's pretty impressive, Vogt. You come back and beat a kid, 3 different kids who beat you during the season.
Well, that's a great sign of perseverance and working extra hard, going that extra length to get revenge in some matches. Layton just working out there not to make any huge mistakes. Stalemate is called to give him a fresh start.
101 left.
Layton has been a district champion and has been second on 2 other occasions. So this is his 4th trip into a district final. Oh my. Stalling warning given to Donald Dennis.
And I think Layton's just going to let him go. Give up the 1 here. Now 4-2. He's got to watch though. He doesn't get taken down here at the end. He hasn't been hit for stalling. So if you're wise, just play it smart here. .9 seconds to go. So you can see John Craig and assistant coach Layton in the corner encouraging Dennis, but
too little, too late, and Layton wins 4-2.
Have the award presentation at 119 as we get ready for 130 pounds.
There are 119-pound place winners in third place from
119-pound third placer Ryan Kizatap of Gateway High School. Second place at 119 pounds, Nikki Uva of Glassboro. And the champion for the third year in a row from Paulsboro, Eric Dunnett.
Get ready for 130 pounds, Anthony Rislow, Deptford, Wesley Miller of Clearview.
Anthony Rislow, a senior, the #1 seed.
From Deptford, Anthony Rislow. From Clearview, Wesley Miller.
30 wins and 1 loss this year, 112 and 14 in his career. Third in the district as a sophomore, first as a freshman and junior. He's being opposed by junior Wesley Miller, the #2 seed. Record of 26 and 6 this year with 50 career wins over the last 2 years. Third at 125 pounds in District 29 last year. He's from Clearview Regional.
These two have wrestled earlier in the year, Voj. Rislow pinning Miller.
Rislow has his plan set on attending the College of New Jersey.
And he gets a quick takedown and a 2-0 lead. Of course, Rislow's one loss, he avenged that one, losing to Fedecco and then beating him.
And that was a great match that we witnessed.
Tri-County Championships, wasn't it, Voj?
Yes.
As far as, the score is not 199-0, by the way. I think that's a tech fall. The scoreboard has 199-0. I think it's 2.
And that's kind of a situation where you want to really keep on wrestling. So stopping to fix a clock malfunction is not what Rislow had in mind, but he's ready to go.
I think he got a kick out of that, Voj.
199-0.
Look at some of the matches that Miller has lost. Catalano of Highland, Dunnett of Paulsboro, Rislow, Fedecco. That's some quality losses.
Oh, absolute quality. And that's what goes up on the board a lot of time. When they go into a seating meeting, they'll not only talk about quality wins, but they also talk about quality losses. When you talk about that caliber of competition.
I hope that guy's not on the scoreboard. Now, he looks like he's next to a printer, Voj.
Yeah.
We hope he's not doing the scoreboard. There's your son, Mark Vogeding.
Former wing bowl champ.
I look, Voj, little, well, I used to call him Little Voj. I know he's not little anymore, Voj, but I mean, he was probably 10. He used to be our hot dog runner and get us hot dogs when we used to do the football games over at Paulsboro.
Well, one time he was a little guy. Now very proud of the fact that he's a tenured special education teacher in the Paulsboro school system.
The key word there, Voj, tenured.
Absolutely.
2-1 Rislow. Nice, Voj, right to his back. Wow.
Oh,
how was that? Grabbed the ankle and he got him. It's tight. Oh, that's pretty tight.
Oh my.
There's the pin.
Brother.
Wow. Third title for Rislow.
1 minute and 24 seconds. Wow. Man on a mission. A man on a mission.
Wow. These guys don't give us time for consolations, huh, Voj? As we look, it's the consolations, Mucci and Mullen.
Mike Mucci of West Deptford, another big third place for West Deptford, getting his win over Matt Mullen of Pittman, and that was a 4:24 fall.
Our guy in the truck doing a great job here, Voj, with the highlights, getting them ready. I think it's one of your former students doing that. Matter of fact, Fred Buchter.
Freddie Madman Buchter. 125-pound medal winners. Third place from Paulsboro, Sean Diema. #3 seed finished third. Second place from West Deptford, Don Dennis, the #1 seed. And the champion from Clearview, Ryan Layton, his second district championship four-time district finalist.
135 pounds from Clearview.
Let's get to 135 pounds now.
Also, Brandon Samuel.
From Paulsboro, Brandon Samuels against the freshman, Andrew Hughes of Clearview.
Andrew Hughes of Clearview. 21 wins and 8 losses this year. The number 1 seed, as you mentioned. Brandon Samuel, a junior, the number 2 seed, 21 and 13 this year. 38 career wins for Brandon Samuel. Wow, if you're looking at outstanding wrestlers in this district, Rislow certainly has to be in consideration. Dunnett has to be in consideration.
Well, Rislow and Dunnett both picking up, what, 3rd district titles?
Yeah.
Rislow with 2 pins and a forfeit win.
Friday evening and Saturday.
Dunnett with 3 falls, a minute and 8, 3:19, and 1:03. So he pinned his way through. Rislow a forfeit and 2 pins. Both would rate high consideration in my book.
Your book doesn't have a vote, Vogue.
I know.
You got Flannery, Vogue, who has a pin, a 9-0 win, and then beats the number 1 seed. Russell only had 1 loss at 171, so Flannery, Jack Flannery, also a
has to be in the
possibility.
running. Absolutely.
Hughes gets the takedown. Not yet. How about that? I gave it too quick. That's why I'm not an official.
Yep. Now here again is a perfect example with Brandon Samuel. See him fight off that takedown attempt. Here is a person, in my opinion, who has unlimited potential if he wants to work at it. If you remember the Collingswood match that decided the South Jersey Group 1 Championship, had he been involved in probably a weight training program in the off-season, weightlifting program, might have been able to fight that move off and win that bout.
Yeah, there were 6 other guys that could have won matches too in that match.
I'm not.
Oh, I know. Okay.
I'm not pointing out that.
Just wanted to make that clear, though.
Unfortunately, that was the very last bout being wrestled,
and that's what people remember.
And he had the lead with 30 seconds to go, and ended up losing. But he's, in my opinion, he has serious potential to be a very good wrestler. Strength is the one thing he has to improve on.
What's interesting about wrestling, Coach, even when you win, sometimes you don't really win because maybe if you win by 7, they think you should win by 8 and give your team an extra team point. And at the end, when you're 14 weight classes, every point. And you see that I was talking to somebody today, Mike McAleer, about the Eastern Toms River North match, which everybody thought Eastern was going to get out of South Jersey, and they lost about 4 one-point matches. They all add up when you lose by 3.
And Collingswood, they're losing the state title. The last 2 bouts that they wrestled, they won by 1 point in each bout, and they ended up losing by a point for the state title. So wrestling is a team sport.
Oh, they go out there. Got to watch. No score, 2nd period. Nice job by Andrew Hughes coming in, the number 1 seed, or just a freshman. And looks like he'll get an escape and a 1-0 lead.
There again, a perfect point in case when Hughes comes up to his feet, you have to have the moves to be able to take him back to the mat. And a lot of that is strength driven sometimes. Brandon Samuel has almost a perfect height for this weight.
Thanks. Our water boy coming over. Nice cold water, Vogue.
Mr. Curl, we appreciate that.
Still a 1-0 lead for Andrew Hughes.
On the benefit of an escape.
Van Roll getting up. I got to talk to Hans, by the way, Vogue. You're going to get some work done on my pool cover.
Well, you should see him before you leave tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, my. Hughes in on the leg.
Just keep moving. Try and step over. You saw him try and step over Samuels, but Samuels trying to use that leverage.
Right. And that's what you have to use your advantages out there. If you have height advantage, you want to do the kind of moves that your height advantage will give you dividends.
40 seconds left in the second. Still 1-0 lead. Now Samuels gets a takedown.
Nice move. The spin behind. Now he wants to keep his man flat the rest of this period, because he will start the last period more than likely on the bottom and try to get out. The corner's encouraging him to tie up the ankle.
Caution on Paulsboro.
Too much of a quick start for Samuels that time. Potentially dangerous.
Looked like Samuels was trying that same move he did against Collins with that, huh?
Yeah.
Almost like a throw.
Yep. That trip with a hip in there.
Got to bring him right back down. What's got to watch? 5 seconds. It's already been a hit for 1 caution. No stalls, though. And that's another thing I think I've heard him in that Collingswood match, Vogue. He had a couple stalls, and there's another caution.
Now he's just dropping hard on his opponent. You can't do that. Any cautions after this will be a point for the opponent.
Kind of makes you a little tentative, though, if you try and get the jump on the whistle here, because...
Absolutely, because he's on the bottom half. He tries a quick start off the bottom and gets called for a caution. It'll be a point for Hughes.
There's an escape now, 3-1.
With a 19-13 record entering this tournament, probably the least likely wrestler that a lot of Paulsboro followers thought could win a district title is Brandon Samuel.
Well, he was a number 2 seed, though, Vogue.
Was the number 2 seed, but like I said, with 19-13 record coming in, it's a perfect weight class for him to be in. His height is an advantage. And he's seen a lot of tough competition this year. No doubt about it. You look at some of the losses.
Well, Baldessaro.
Yep.
Final.
Council Bluffs North wrestler. Big Spring, Pennsylvania wrestler. Jackson wrestler. Haddonfield. Phillipsburg. So he's seen his share of very good wrestlers this year.
Of course, Hughes has seen a very impressive wrestler who apparently isn't going to be wrestling in the regions, and that's Anthony Luma.
Yeah, and
I looked for his name in the box yesterday. I didn't see it, so I guess it's true that he won't be in.
Luma, my understanding is Luma has left the sport.
Yep. That's now his toe. He wasn't in. I think that was the right call there.
.2 seconds to go. Samuels now has to circle and take smart shots. He doesn't have to risk anything. He can force Hughes to take the risk.
Gonna try and drag him back in, though. He's got to watch where he is on the mat, Vogue. Pick that leg up, you pull him back in.
Right, and again, the right leg was out of bounds when it came down to the mat. Samuel's in the driver's seat here as long as he doesn't make a mistake. District champion Brandon Samuel.
Some emotion showed by Paul Marine at the end of that. Consolations, Raldi, Nick Raldi of West Deptford, just a sophomore, with a 9-3 win over Brett Carrero, the freshman from Deptford, winning a third place title. The presentation now for, what are we at now, Voch? 130 pounds?
130 pounds. Mike Bucci of West Deptford, third place. Second place, Wesley Miller of Clearview, and Anthony Rizzolo with his third district championship in a very, very impressive tournament, and a big pin in the finals. That last weight class, we overlooked a little bit that Samuel had a pin in his first match, a pin in his second match, and then a 3-1 winner of the #1 seed for the championship.
140 pounds. The number 3 seed, Chris Mucci, going against the top seed, Matt Kapler. West Deptford against Deptford. Coach, I did want to tell you real quick, Argood, the Gateway people had given you guys the wrong information at the beginning of the tournament. They forgot about the showcase and did not add his win in, so just want to make sure Argood gets one more career win and win for the season. Came over right before you were doing your intros. So the program was off by 1 also.
Okay. We're now at 140 pounds. 140 pounds. Matt Kapler of Deptford against Chris Mucci of West Deptford. Kapler, the #1 seed, won by forfeit in his first match, a 55-second fall in his second match. Mucci, the number 3 seed, won 9-4 over Todd Richardson of Paulsboro in his first match, 6-3 over Joey Palomino of Clearview in the semifinal.
So West Deptford has 2 more guys in the final, Voge. So it's, where are we on that team score?
Right now, Paulsboro is going into the lead. That was their 6th district champion. They have 189 points. West Deptford 186.
Well, West Deptford's going to be favored
in at least 2 of the matches upcoming.
Well, that's, yeah, the 2 out of the last 3. That's all there is.
Yeah,
so.
that's what I mean. That put them in kind of in the driver's seat.
Because they have the #1 seed at 45 and 52.
That's correct. They have Brian Lewis coming up, a #1 seed, and Josh Kerr in the final match to be wrestled in this tournament.
So we look at John Craig and Vince Layton. I don't think that's on their mind right now. It's going to be a nice night for them, though.
Well, especially with the team scoring, and the team balance is what's done it for West Deptford. Can't mention that enough. They scored 4th or higher in 13 out of 14 weight classes. They've only had 1 individual champion so far. Paulsboro's had 6. But balance. It takes balance, takes depth. And if there's a lesson to be learned, that's it in a nutshell.
Remember, Voch, 140 pounds, we had a injury default for 3rd place. Still no score here, 15 seconds left. Kapler looks like he got injured a little bit right there.
Joe Vahey of Gateway ended up with a forfeit win over Joey Palomino of Clearview, who has suffered, I believe, a slight concussion, was taken to the hospital. So Vahey did not have to wrestle for that 3rd place medal.
Now the Mucci Palomino match, Voch, Mucci did win that 6-3, so Palomino did wrestle that one.
Right, he won it 6-3, but I think that was the one where Palomino got hurt. And we see no score after 1 period here between Kapler and Mucci. Kapler starts down.
Crowd's starting to file out, but so instead of filing out for the heavyweights, they're just going to file out for the 45 and 52 pounders.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame because you still have an outstanding wrestler to be presented and a team trophy to be presented.
We look at Joe Hollywood, Mark Scambia.
And if history is to be recorded tonight, if things hold forth at this point, you're going to have a new team champion for the first time in 11 years, and only for the second time in the last 37 years.
And Vogeding, what's interesting is every school had somebody in the final today.
Yes.
One nothing lead for Mucci. Nice job by Mucci here, Vogeding. 3 seed going up against the 1 seed.
All kinds of activity, and all the champions are being asked to.
There's a point. 2-0.
All champions are being asked to.
Not sure what that point was. We had
might have been
some
playing
people in our way.
I'm not sure.
Of course, we could have looked down at the monitor, I guess. It's focused on the mat. I don't want to say what team was in our way, though, Vogeding.
Well, West Deptford must have started down. I thought Deptford started down, but West Deptford they must have gotten an escape, and that must have been a.
I'm not sure if it was a stall point or what, but
Yeah.
they just awarded a point over here on the line.
Well, penalty point. Mark Evans, the official in charge on the mat. Scott Jenkins is the assistant.
Kapler trying to spin around and get the takedown. Mucci won't have anything to do with that one. Now he's trying for the takedown. Nothing. 2-0, 19 seconds. Can't even lie, Vogeding. 19.9. It's right on the screen. Now, I mentioned earlier that, it looked like Kapler had hurt his hand, and it looks like, again,
Yes.
if he jammed a finger or what.
Injury time. And 3-0 is the score.
Yeah, I don't know. They've got another point.
Kapler impressed me earlier this year, and I had made mention before, a lot of it has to do with who your training partners are. And when you're in the room working out with Anthony Rizlo every day, it automatically, I think, if you work hard enough, makes you a better wrestler. Kapler got to this point, as we mentioned earlier, with a forfeit win and a 55-second pin. Mucci has done it the hard way. The number 3 seed, he won 9-4 in his quarterfinal bout and 6-3 over the number 2 seed, Joey Palomino of Clearview, in the semifinal. And now he leads this match 3-0. Kapler walked in with 2 second-place finishes in District 29 in 2006 and 2007.
Oh, whatever the case is, Vogeding. Mucci's starting on bottom in the third, too, so.
135 pound place winners.
He's doing a great job, though.
135 pound place winners.
Chris Mucci, much like Brandon Samuel Paulsburg coming in, a 19-11 record coming into the tournament. So he's done himself a world of good in this tournament. Six and 4 is his freshman year, 10-10 his sophomore year, 21-11 now coming in.
Kapler trying to get back points. If he can get the 5 count, he'll tie this match.
Trying to pry Mucci over.
Looks like he got it.
You're
Three
right.
back, 3-3. Now the question is, can he hold him down the rest of the period, or does he obviously like to try and turn him one more time? And
no, Mucci entered this last period with a 3-0 lead, and now he's tied up 3-3.
135-pound plate winner, 3/3 of the medal area.
Stalemate called for a fresh start.
of course, the scoreboard has 6-0, so that's wrong. Unless Kapler has all the points, we don't know it. And six would be the other side, so maybe.
Well, the red is the home team scoring. Who has the red anklet?
Well, West Everett has green, so Kapler, it is Kapler.
Yeah, so he has a 6-0 lead.
Nice to know we were incorrect the whole time. Oh, we didn't see any of the points, and it made sense, Vogt, with Kapler probably started on the bottom in a second.
Yeah.
We were blocked out for the part of that period. But I still didn't see 2 points where the other 2 points came from. We apologize to Kapler.
So it kind of surprised me a little bit, because we had mentioned earlier this year how Kapler had trained with Rislow, and I expect him to be the favorite in this match. Seeing the score that we thought was in, having him behind was a little bit of a surprise. So Kapler fights off that move and almost got himself in a position to pin. But he holds on now.
Gets a couple points there.
Yes, and gets an 8-0 win.
Should be.
I don't know, now they're saying 6-4. I'm thoroughly
Oh, we know
confused.
one thing. Kapler won.
Kapler won.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Your 139-pound district 29.
There we see 135, Vogt.
Araldi of West Deptford, Nick Araldi finished third at that weight class. Second place medalist at 135, Andrew Hughes of Clearview. And the champion, Brandon Samuel of Paulsboro, the 6th district champion for Paulsboro in this tournament.
145 pounds, the top 2 seeds, Brian Lewis, the junior from West Deptford, and number 2 seed, Josh Sheeper from Clayton, a senior.
Brian Lewis, 22-7 this year, 46 career wins. Third place finish in District 29 last year. His opponent, a senior, Josh Sheeper, the number 2 seed, 23-4 this year, 49 career wins, 49 wins over the last 2 years. Fourth place finish in District 29 last year. Sheeper 2-1 as a freshman, 6-2 as a sophomore. So majority of his varsity wrestling has taken place this year. Ironically, with 2 weight classes to go, Paulsboro has 189 points and West Deptford 186. So one West Deptford win will give them the title.
And they are definitely favored at the last 2 weight classes.
Favored in this weight class and favored in the next weight class. And those are the last.
There's Sheeper has Lewis in a little bit of trouble, but Lewis coming right back, Vogt. She's got that neck tight.
Oh my.
Nothing.
Wow.
And we have an injury timeout. Maybe a contact, I don't know. See if we see what happened here. Big flurry though.
Oh yeah.
Keeper may be rushing, but a nice job.
Yes, yes. I think he had leveled out. Sheeper had leveled out in that move. He would have got takedown and would have got back point. I think he rushed for back point, ended up losing the whole move.
6 seconds left, scoreless first period.
Well, how ironic would this be if
Look at Lewis, nice takedown there at the end of the period.
oh my.
Dan Antonelli checking out.
I think Antonelli asked for the two officials to confer.
And it is a takedown. I thought he had it, Voj. Clayton has their choice. The first, Lewis will take bottom. Note that, Voj. West Stepford bottom. That was a wacky last match.
Yes. Well, one to go after this, and most assuredly, seems like we'll have a new champion.
Escape 3-0 now for Lewis.
Cheaper's getting some throws, but most of them are coming out of bounds. I know you can't wait for that Region 8 tournament coming up next week because, as so often is the case, we don't see any guppies that far upstream.
No, it's just sharks. I was thinking that on my way over today. I was by myself. That's a lot of time to think. Nothing after that scramble. Still 3-0 lead for Lewis. Sheeper going right after him now. When's that All-Star match? Delaware or South Jersey, Voj? When is it, I mean?
That is the Wednesday after the state tournament.
What a dilemma, Voj. I have two other things going on that night.
Well, you'll simply have to cancel them. West Effort gets a stalling warning.
It might be a little more interesting than 16 weight classes, I'm telling you. But we'll see.
Well, it's a William Penn too, and I need you to
get you there.
To get me there.
Lewis trying to get two more.
And he's going to get it. He's got it.
Trying to clinch it right here for the Eagles. 5-0 lead, 20 seconds in the second. And Lewis will take that 5-0 lead into the third. There we go, consolations here, Voj. Valente and gets his pin here for Gloucester Catholic.
Anthony Valente, Gloucester Catholic, takes his man right over, and that was Sika, Anthony Sika of Clearview, and Valente gets the pin and the third place medal in this district tournament.
Well, with a win here, West Effort can clinch the district title. The last time they won a district title, Voj, 1968.
Amazing.
I was what? 9. Actually, I was 8. I don't know, because I hadn't turned 9 until later on in the year. Long time ago.
Yeah, unless
40 years ago.
Unless my math is off.
What's your math? Go ahead. Unless your math is off on the scoring.
On the scoring. I mean, that's the scoring they sent over to us. And I've been keeping it updated right as we've gone through with the points for first place and any bonus points. So by my calculations, this would clinch it for West Effort.
Nice little scramble there. Still a minute to wrestle here. 5-0 lead. Brian Lewis of West Effort.
Stalemate called.
Don't give me that your math is off. We just had the wrong score for 2/3 of a match, and now you're going to tell me we had the score wrong for 13 weight classes? Through 13 weight classes?
Well, I kept following your lead on that individual bout. You kept saying, I don't know where that point came from.
I know, I didn't. Your guys were standing right in front of us. You thought the truck would be there to bail us out, huh? They're watching what we're watching with 3 different angles.
Well, our mistake was not watching the anklets.
Yes.
The green and red anklets that correspond on the scoreboard.
That would have helped. Stall warning against Clayton. Sheeper.
Both teams have stalling warnings. Sheeper trying to sneak out the back door.
Down to the final 8 seconds, so Lewis is going to win this one. Final score, 5-0, district title for Lewis. And West Deptford clinches, assuming Voges match, right? The District 29 championship. I don't know if the fans at West Deptford know it yet. But it looks like they do, some of them. Somebody's got to be up there updating them.
I would think.
Bigger upset, Voge. Paulsboro girls soccer beating West Deptford a few years ago, or West Deptford winning the District 29 championship in wrestling this year. What's a bigger shock?
That's hard to say.
Yeah.
140-pound medalist Joe Vahey of Gateway finished 3rd. Chris Mucci finished 2nd, and Matt Kapler of Deptford finished 1st at 140 pounds.
So Brian Lewis with that 5-0 win, Voge. Apparently clinches it and takes all the pressure off of Josh Kerr.
Kapler's win was 8-0 over Mucci to win that weight class. And Lewis comes right back with another shutout, 5-0 over Sheeper.
There we go, 152,
the final
match.
bout of the night at 152 pounds. Josh Kerr, quite a football player, is a junior, the #1 seed, 28-4 this year, 72 career wins, 2nd in this tournament last year, and 3rd as a freshman. His opponent's a sophomore and the #2 seed, 26-7 this year with 43 career wins, Rob Loeffler from Deptford High School. Why is it that I see so many comments by wrestlers? Their favorite pastime when not wrestling is talking to girls.
His teammate, Kerr's teammates, got a kick out of us. We let a couple of teammates see that sheet.
And notice that Rob Loeffler has 2 B's in Rob. I thought that was a misprint when I saw it in the paper previously, but 2 B's it is for Rob Loeffler.
Kerr wrestled a tough match last year against Hamilton of Paulsboro before losing 7-5. Pretty good athlete, Voge, football, wrestling. Loeffler trying to grab onto that leg.
Although Loeffler, putting down when not wrestling his favorite pastime is football, Josh Kerr is talking to girls. You got to put your priorities somewhere.
Coaches are reminded to please turn the outstanding wrestler performance to the head table.
Of course, Voj, I guess our show's moving to a new time next week. I'm not even sure about that.
Well,
Because the region seedings, I guess, take place what, Wednesday?
yeah. Wednesday will be at Absegami after the Tuesday night matches. Will give us the 8 remaining wrestlers, and they will be seeded 1 through 8.
There's your better half, Betty Voj. I don't know if she knows what's going on the scoreboard right now, Voj.
Alice Cannon's letting her know everything is going on.
Yeah.
0-0 is the score.
Kerr on the bottom, starting the second period.
Of course, I kind of prepped my wife by telling her that there was a distinct possibility that Paulsboro could win or lose, that it would be close, extremely close. What I didn't take into consideration when we talked in our show last week was how many places West Effort would get. They did a great team job in this tournament.
We're going to get a reversal here, I think, before it's all said and done. Kerr's still working, nothing yet. Now he got it.
So 2-0 for Josh Kerr.
So anyway, tune in Wednesday. We'll have all the region chat. I don't know what time. 5ontheweb.com. I guess we'll have a little update on there on the website.
We'll look it up. 1-point escape.
2-1. I just wait for a phone call and somebody tells me what time to show up for the show. Kerr trying to get a couple more. Got it. 4-1. Joe Hollywood not happy, Voj. Joe Hollywood going over to talk to Menudo.
Well, it was Russ Menudo's opinion that the control was established before they went out of bounds. I think that was probably the question that Joe Hollywood had for Russ Menudo, that there was no control.
We're going to have an escape here, now 4-2. There we go, Voj. Tell me if this is a good call.
Hard to see the out of bounds line over there, but see now when they go out of bounds, not quite an overhook in there, and he, as the wrestler jumps forward to get control, it's hard to tell where the control is over there on that line. Of course, Menudo's right on top of it, looking down on it. Four to 2 to score with 10.3 seconds left in this period. Josh Kerr in the lead.
And we head to the third. Consolation Voj at this weight class. McCord against Scavelli. Scavelli got injured on this too, Voj.
Tyler McCord of Clayton wins by a fall in 3:59 against John Scavelli of Gateway. As you mentioned, there was an injury on this.
45 pounds place winners. Please report to the medal area.
Had an escape.
It's now 4-3. Kerr right back in on that leg. And looking for another 2. It looks like he'll get it. Nope.
Well, just think if my math is correct, if Loeffler were to win this bout, Westover would win by 1 point, if my math is correct. That was never one of my strong suits in high school.
There you go. What did you teach? English?
I taught English.
English. Okay. Maybe you should have told us that. One minute left, 4-3. Loeffler trying. Her doing a nice job battling. Then we go back to the center. Joining us now. Just joking. Brandon Samuels from Paulsboro High School. I actually turned your mic on, Brandon. You're on the air. Congratulations.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
How was it? I guess it was nice for you to get back out there. You guys had an interesting season, to say the least. But I mean, going out there, your first district final, you had to feel pretty good. Is Loeffler in there trying to get that takedown and take the lead? You guys aware how close this team score is?
Huh?
Are you aware how close the team score is?
No, I don't know. I think it's pretty close, though. It's pretty close, you know.
4-3. Her leads. We're trying to get the team score. Our unofficial score is West Effort by 1 right now, and if that's the case, they win the district title. Loeffler going right after him. I'd like to thank Brandon Samuels for his 15 seconds of fame. I don't think he thought I'd put him on the air. There's a stall. Warning against Carr. And did he get the takedown? No takedown. No, he got the takedown. 5-4 Loeffler. And what? 5-4, 11.4 seconds left. Okay, what do you got, Voge?
I'm told that West Effort is leading by at least 5.
At least 5, so your math is off.
Yes.
We had Brandon Samuels came in and filled in for you for about 30 seconds.
Do a good job? Very good.
Loeffler trying to hold on, knock off the #1 seed. 1.5 seconds left.
What did Loeffler get, a takedown?
Takedown late. Caution. They're going to put time back on the clock. They got to go back to 1.5. Let's see if somebody knew how much time was. There was 1.5 on the clock. John Craig saying it. Says 0.8.
1.5 up there now.
1.5 is back. That's what was on the clock. Kerr trying to get out, and Loeffler holds on and wins the district title.
Wow.
Wow.
5-4.
5-4. But it looks like, well, it doesn't look like West Effort holds on now and wins the district title, district team championship. But Deptford wins what? 3 championships today. Nice job by Joe Hollywood and his guys, Voge.
Yes. That's how many individual titles for them?
I think 3. They had They had Rislow, Kapler, Loeffler,
and Loeffler. Great job.
Oh, nice job. Nice job by West Deptford. They win the team championship, knock off Paulsboro. Just the second times in the last 35, 36 years as we look at the place winners.
Second place, John Keeper.
Voge.
District 29, 145-pound champion from
145 pounds, Brian Lewis.
Brian Lewis, the champion. Josh Sheeper from Clayton was second, and Valente
with the 152
from Gloucester Catholic was third.
152-pound.
Hopefully they'll be running a score sheet over to us as soon as it's printed out.
And 154 pounds, we'll, I guess, have that. And it'll be McCord third, Kerr second, Loeffler finishing first.
Yeah, Loeffler the champion, Josh Kerr second, and Tyler McCord finished third at 152 pounds.
Here comes our final score, the sheet, the official final tally. New team champion though, right,
New
Vogt?
team champion with 190 points was West Deptford. Second place, Paulsboro with 184. Clearview 127.5. Deptford 110. The top 4 teams in District 29. So for the first time in 10 years, after 11 years, a new team champion in District 29. Kingsway the last 10 years ago. And for the Paulsboro had won 35 out of the last 36 district championships.
152 pound place winners. Please report to the medal area.
Well, Vogt, a lot of streaks ending for Paulsboro this year. Their Colonial Conference, their Group 1, their district streak. But, you know, I don't think anybody's feeling sorry for them. They got a lot of guys back next year. I mean, all these guys that won district titles for them are all back next year. Matter of fact, their whole lineup's back.
Yep.
As we see the place winners
At 152.
at 152.
Rob Loeffler, Rob with 2 B's, Loeffler was first. Josh Kerr of West Deptford was second. And Tyler McCord of Clayton was the 3rd place medalist at 152 pounds. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. A lot of guys back for Paulsboro, but this has been a year of misery for Paulsboro, losing 307 consecutive wins in a row in the Colonial, losing the South Jersey Group 1 championship for the first time ever, having their national record 25 consecutive state championships stop, and now this tonight having their string of district championships stop.
And a nice job, by the way, by West Deptford. They lose their dual meet to Paulsboro, had a nice season though, came back, and I'll tell you what, it says a lot about the Colonial Conference this year, how good the Colonial was with Collingswood, Paulsboro, Haddonfield, and West Deptford. 4 pretty good teams, Vogt.
No question. And, you know, West Deptford showed their mettle at the end because in the playoffs, they come back and beat a Sterling team that had beaten them just a couple weeks prior to that.
Okay, West Deptford wins the team championship for John Vogeding. I'm John Mondelli. We'll see you next week from Absegami High School.